Hi all and welcome to Figure Barn. I hope you're having a good day today. Are you ready to dive into the world of Godzilla Funko Pops? Today we're going to be unleashing a monstrous lineup of figures capturing the King of the Monsters and celebrate his 70th anniversary with the pops that have just been released. So grab some popcorn, sit back and let's get stomping through a plotted history of classic Godzilla movies and a Funko Pop showcase. So, as I mentioned in the intro, Godzilla is 70. So, to commemorate this, Funko have released quite a large number of Funkos, plotting Godzilla over the years. Now, it's not the first time they've covered Godzilla. Let's see, from just having a quick count up, I think there's 18 in total across the years. That doesn't include another 11, which are, with the Kong tie-in films, Mothra, Ghidorah, etc., all the other sort of side characters. But what do you expect? There's 38 Godzilla movies now in total, so that's 33 Japanese made, and then there's 5 of the US more recent ones. And it's officially the longest continuously running film series of all time, going back all the way to 1954, so that's your 70 years. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through all of them, try and do it in chronological order, give you a quick rundown of the films, what they're from, show you the pops, and we'll take it from there. So 1954, that's where the legendary monster mayhem begins. So it introduces Godzilla, awakened from his slumber by nuclear tests being conducted. So I've had a lot of fun researching these and looking over old clips and trailers and things. Just because of the amount of old school effects, it's the classic stuff, sort of stop motion and, actual built stuff rather than CGI that we get these days. But, Godzilla sets off wreaking havoc across Tokyo. Now, it was localised for the Western market in 1956. And that's where we come to our first pops. And here he is. Now, as you can see, it's quite a cool figure there. He's obviously plucked a Japanese fighter jet out of the sky, giving you his big toothy grin. And there we go, that's the first pop. Now what we do have as well, we have an exclusive also from 1954, which is a platinum one. Now I will say that these guys are pretty weighty, as you can expect. They're big lizard-like monsters coming from the deep. Now the platinum one here, so we've got a special edition Funko sticker from Europe. I believe in the US it's a Books A Million BAM exclusive. Now what I'm going to do, you might see a number in the top right hand corner here. What that's going to do, that's going to be a number that's going to count up how many movies pops I've got in total. Now I mentioned in my previous video that the quest is to try and get every single movie pop that's ever been released. Now we've got quite a long way to go, but we're in the mid 600s. Obviously we'll video record a lot of these, as many as we can, basically. So there you go, there's the two that we have from 1954. Now there is a third one, also a remodel basically of this one in 10-inch form. I don't have that one to hand. There's got to be limits on space somewhere or other, so we don't have many of the 10-inch pops, but it does exist. I'll put a picture up on screen. But yeah, it's essentially this model here, just in bigger form. Moving ahead on to 1972, Godzilla teams up with Aguirus, I think it's pronounced, to take on a character called Gigan and King Ghidorah. Now the basic story of this one is that cockroach-like aliens assume the form of humans who work at a theme park and basically call on Gigan and Ghidorah to help, basically colonise Earth. And they put Godzilla up against it, and there's more great monster battles, some great 70s vibes coming from this one. And what we have from this film is Gigan, who is the enemy of Godzilla in this film. You can see there he's a great looking guy. Another Funko exclusive, this one. And you can see if we just bring him up a bit closer to the camera, you can see the saw blades across his belly there. They do go round, they do cause damage. There's a great scene where he brings down Godzilla with one of those in a fairly bloody scene going there. But as far as design of monsters back in the 70s age, and spoilers, guys dressed up in costumes. That's a good one there, basically. Now, there is also, here's also the other enemy within this film is King Ghidorah, who is the three-headed king of the monsters, basically, who comes down and is also against Godzilla. Now, there is a supersized Funko of King Ghidorah, actually the Mecha King Ghidorah version. I'll also put that up on screen around here somewhere. Now, he's not specifically from this film. He only turns mecha from what I can research in 1991. There's another film which is Godzilla versus King Ghidorah specifically. So we don't have that one. Again, size issues mean that I have to draw the line somewhere. But one day I may pick him up and we might put him into a YouTube video somewhere or other. Now, on to 1984. Now, there's a film here called Godzilla, but it's also known as The Return of Godzilla. It brings our Kaiju King back to his roots and back to Tokyo, causing more and more chaos to the streets. From this one, essentially the island explodes, or an island explodes, and a new Godzilla emerges. New design, obviously, slightly more scaly, and here he is, here. So it looks like he's pulling a bit more of a battle pose there. You can see they're very well sculpted, these. All slightly different. Obviously relevant to the films. Just sort of change that around so you can see a bit more of his face there. The actual design of his mouth is slightly different, with his fangs bigger on these than some of the earlier ones, where they're a lot more aligned. But yeah, that's him there. Now on this one there is a chase version. Unfortunately I didn't get it. I haven't found it yet. We'll put it up on screen, but it's essentially the same version, but he's in red. So he's obviously got a red glow to him in that one. I'm not 100% sure what the reasoning is for that, but I'm sure there's something in the film. I'll have to go back and watch them. Obviously 38 films. I couldn't go back and watch all of them, but yeah, so there he is. 1984 version of Godzilla there. And then we move on to the turn of the century from 1999, a film called Godzilla 2000, obviously a year ahead of its release date. This brings the franchise back once again, with Godzilla battling essentially an alien monster called Auger. Again, amazing special effects. Now this alien creature, Auger, tries to basically absorb Godzilla's powers, cue more epic battles and, more destruction of the streets of Tokyo, bringing our iconic kaiju into the new millennium. And here's the figure here. So again, looking rather scary there. Just about to go into one of his roars, as we played earlier in the video. I hope that didn't sort of waken too many people up. But there you go. That's a good sculpt. This one, standing off, just about to go and stomp on some skyscrapers there. There you go. Give us a smile, Godzilla. Give us a smile. Moving on from there, we come to 2016 with a new release of a film that they called Shin Godzilla. Now on this one, Godzilla basically evolves and mutates every time that he's been attacked. So he goes through 4 different evolutions, basically, from what is essentially just a small little tadpole looking thing, slowly into what he is there, which is to the end, which is more like the one that we recognise. Basically, there's the government desperately trying to stop him going through the streets of Tokyo once again. Obviously, when he gets attacked every time, he does turn into a different form. So you can see here that he's glowing red, the nuclear energy running through him, radioactiveness. But yeah, the colour scheme on that one is pretty impressive there. You can see all breaking through. Really does sort of accentuate his mouth and all those teeth there. Again, these are really good sculpts and big weighty pops. So as we haven't had a look, we'll have a look at the back there. So as I say, there's the lineup of all of the ones that were released, excluding the exclusives like usual. But they're quite good boxes as well. Obviously all the comic book style on the back and the sides. All the old movie posters as well, all outlined there for his 70th anniversary. So there is one more that I'd like to just sort of show you while I'm here. Now there was one more that was released within the, you know, under the 70th anniversary guise. Actually came out in the summer for the 2024 convention, which coincides with San Diego Comic Con. And that's basically a Godzilla here. It's very green, very yellowy eyes there. Now this one's deemed as classic Godzilla. So, you know, as far as I can work out, the best research that we can do, I seem to think this one's modelled against a film called Godzilla vs. Megalodon, which came out in 1973. So just after our one with Godzilla fighting against Gigon and King Ghidorah there. So again, it's a good colour variant there, looking good in the green. Certainly see him coming. But again, that's part of the same packaging, the same release basically, at the 70th anniversary ones there. So that's it for the Godzilla retrospective and all the 70th anniversary pops that have been released over the last couple of weeks. If any of you want to make any comments, want to have a look at any other pops that I might have, we're just over 650 now in the movies collection. I'm more than willing to look into those. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff on the videos. Other than that, we shall see you in the next one. Have a good day.